Peace of Christ to all. Today we have a topic actually we spoke about before, but the sound quality before was not good. So I hope today is going to be good to be heard. Uh, you know, the media always they focus on people who they are famous. However, we don't do that, and this is not the reason really I'm making a video right now about this topic. Actually, it is the opposite, which means I will ask few questions about the media and about the interest of people and why people they are interested in such news. Always when someone is rich, someone is famous, someone he is very well known, actor, you name it. If this person he do something, everybody talk about him or about her. And whatever you do, by the way, mostly they glorify you. The way I see this, like how the world function today is very weird and very crazy, and I don't see really any sign of intelligence in the media today. So we have here a lady who used to be a Muslim who converted to Christianity. Right away, the news is like all over, like the first Muslim Miss USA, Rima Fakih, convert to Christianity. Now, is that supposedly something like big? Is that a nuclear bomb? We don't want to be the same as the Muslims. The Muslims are very bankrupt. Because they are bankrupt, they are so desperate. So they post, anyone convert to Islam, they post, especially if it's a beauty queen. Like even I saw a video in the Philippines for a beauty queen for gays. He convert to Islam. Even that they are proud about. And by the way, he's still a gay, which is very weird. Anyway, so we do not want to be the same as the Muslims. And this is not what will make us proud about who we are as a Christians. Muslims, because they are very desperate, they don't have a real faith, they don't have a real belief, they don't have a real God, then it's very accepted from such a corrupt, bankrupt religion to do like celebrate things like this and to be so happy for it, because simply they have nothing. Most of those who convert to Islam anyway, and I'm very serious about this, I'm not trying to insult. Either they've been lied to, like they told them Islam is something, but Islam is something else. And this is a very popular case. But most of those convert to Islam, it's about women marrying a man. And here, I don't see really too much different, unless this woman, she is really a real convert, because she is going to marry a man, he is a Christian man, he is from Lebanon, so she decide to convert to Christianity. Maybe, or maybe she is really convinced by her future husband, and she decide to be a really Christian. Maybe. So for me, if she is converting to marry a man, this is not a conversion, and this is a false. This is like just to get some candies. We do like we wear a custom, all right. To join the party have a custom, so we wear the custom, and if we wear the custom, we can be part of the party. But doesn't make you really part of it, because you are not convinced with this, and maybe you don't belong to it at all. Now, one of the funny things about Muslims, the second this lady she converted to Christianity, the Muslims in Twitter, they start attacking her like crazy. When this woman, she won to be Miss America, she was a perfect woman for Muslims, and no question about that. I'm very serious. So like everybody was like, wow, all the Muslims are so happy for that, so excited, Muslims celebrating. For sure, some of them they are not, because supposedly they are very conservative, right? But generally speaking, most of Muslims were so happy to see a Muslima became Miss America. All right, but now the second they heard that she left Islam and she became a Christian, this woman, she became a whore for the Muslims. She became a very bad woman, and she is very disgusting. And she is, you know, all right. Now, this is very normal to hear. However, first of all, I pray that this lady, she who converted to Christianity, for me, she is no better than anyone who converted to Christianity. He is a poor guy in Sudan. He is a child, or he is a teenage, or he's a young guy who have his jeans have 100 hole in it, and he have no shoes in his feet. And actually, I respect that guy more than all those people. However, I pray that this woman, this lady, she converted really for real, and she is going to be a very good Christian, and she can be maybe an ambassador for Christ. Now here, I'm looking at her Twitter. This is a tweet from her. If you guys, if you can share in the program, and you can post and be part of the text. You can click and you can share if you want. Just please let me know that if the voice quality is good, because yesterday Google was not doing good. All right. So if you look at her Twitter, after she converted to Christianity, she started posting verses from the Bible. And for sure, this is not a good news for Muslims. Like, look like this girl, she is not converting to have a husband only. Look like she is preaching, and she is really converting for real. You know, it's not you know, just not a woman she trying to get a husband, as I said before, but look like she is posting verses from the gospel, because you know why she is doing that. You know, there is no reason. She want to get that husband if this is the case. You know, and that's it. She did baptize, and there is no need for all of this. However, what I see here, that she is posting from the gospel. Now, if we go to her page, this is her page, and this is her post. Now, this woman, after she, what I heard, after she converted to Christianity, her followers dropped badly, because 99% of her followers were Muslims. So the second she announced that she became a Christian, and she is no Muslim no more, most of Muslims, they took the like from her Twitter, for sure, because now she became an enemy to Allah, right? She is a very bad enemy to Allah, and Allah, he hate her very much. So this is not an easy task really for this lady. I'm assuming that there is a war will be against her. So we pray that she will not be alone in this situation, and I pray too that her life will change, because you know, a beauty queen is not a career. Yes, the whole world celebrate you and embrace you and take you in media station and in news and etc. But this is not a career. And if there is any young girl here, she is listening to me, don't think ever that this is a career. This is a very stupid career. It make a lot of money, but it's not a good career. All right. Now, I'm not talking against this lady or whoever is, you know, do this like beauty queen things and etc. But I think it's not. It's kind of a wrong move for any human being. He want to accomplish something in his life, because first, beauty is not something you accomplish. Even if you are very good looking, it's God gift to you, and you did nothing from your own. As simple as that. And actually, I believe that 99% of those who win beauty queen, they don't even deserve to be there. There's a lot more beautiful women, but they don't go on this kind of like challenge, let's say, to see who is the one really the beauty one. But however, the world today is very much driven by those things. Beauty queen, even they are making like for men now a competition, which is very for me it's very sick. However, all those things is done for the sake of business. This is a business. This is not about like, you know, improving the society. This is not about getting the society to be better. It's nothing to accomplish for society except it's a business. Those people, they are doing business, and this is why you see when they do this beauty queen, they reserve big hall. It costs a lot of money because simply they make a lot of money from behind the scene. So this is a big business and have nothing to do really with the good or bad. For me, I don't see anything good in it. For you, you might see something good in it. For me, I don't see it. I know, like, what, you know, a woman, she's in the stage wearing a bikini. I don't see the good of that. However, this is a lifestyle of many people who think that it's a very good thing to do, and there's nothing wrong with it. For me, I think it's very wrong to do it. Now, all of us, we are sinners, and me myself, I don't claim that I am not. I am the angel of God who is coming from heaven. You know, all of us, we get tempted by many things, uh, but we try to fight our temptation, and we try to fight, you know, getting involved in the wrong business. Uh, I remember once I was doing a radio show, and they told me there's a lady, she wanna talk to me, and she insists to talk to me. And then after that, I spoke to her, and I found that she's offering me a business, a lot of money really, but it was a very low quality business, even though the money is very good. So always you will be tempted by money, by you know, women. She will be tempted by men. Men will be tempted by women. You will be tempted. However, if you make your temptation is your lifestyle, that's a problem. Like, we get tempted, we get sin, and but we don't make it a lifestyle. You have a good intention to do in your life. You have something. You have a purpose for it. You want to get married. You want to, etc. But to be like a beauty queen, I don't see really a purpose of that, except worship myself. You know, like I am. You know, like, look at me. Yeah. And then there's many people, they will use you and they will abuse you, because this lady, she will be a beauty queen for a few years, and after that she will be forgotten, and because simply she will get old, and there's a beauty queen every year, and you are an old news, and they will dump you in the trash can, and you are no one no more. So where is the career? The career is gone. This is why I say this is not a career. All right, this is not a career to do and to work for. And this is my advice for everybody. Now, that being said, what is the big deal when someone, she convert to Islam and she is a beauty queen? And when, what is the big deal when she is a beauty queen and convert to Christianity? I believe both who do they feel so proud about it or happy about it, you are being naive. And I'm very serious about that. You know, everybody, he you know, like, he, let us say, he defend a side and he take a side. For me as a Christian, uh, I believe there's a happiness in the kingdom of God for someone he became a Christian, and there's no question about it because the Bible says so. So are we going to be happy for someone he became a Christian? Yes, but Christianity did not increase and did not decrease if you accept Christ or if you leave Christ. This is about personal salvation, and it doesn't matter really how many they join and how many they leave. Now, the Muslims, they talk too much about people converting to Islam, and the reason is the propaganda to make you believe that this is a religion where everybody accepting it. But the fact is, it's the opposite. You know, just 2 days ago, there is a Saudi singer. He's an act actually he's an actor. He said the king of Saudi Arabia, finally he decided to make a department of entertainment in Saudi Arabia, which is official department. And he said it's time for us Saudi, he mean the Muslims, to live like a human. And the Muslims, they got so upset and so like angry from him for saying such a statement. Uh, but the guy is saying the truth. Those people, they are not living like a human. And then one of the guys in the text and in Twitter, he said to him, or in his comment, well, you know what, if entertainment is good, How come most of those who commit suicide are in the West? The fact this is a very wrong news. Number one, people who commit suicide on earth is Muslims. And this is a very true fact. Either by joining Mujahideen or even by killing themselves. This is the land of death. When a Muslim, he speak about committing suicide, like if somebody is a Swedish, he commits suicide because simply his life have, he lost the meaning of life because everything is available around him, and that's it. All right, this person is lost. But why a Muslim, he commits suicide? Can you tell me? He is lost. You are what? And why the number of death in Islamic countries is extremely high? At least in the West, if somebody commits suicide, he is not taking the life of somebody else. In Islamic land, you take your life and the life of others. And supposedly you are the good guy. And not only this, you will go to heaven after killing like 200 or 300 people by a car bombing. So obviously Muslims, they lost the sense of what a human mean. They think that a human or the good human is the one who kill as many as he can. And this is why we are against this Islamic cult. You know, this is the only religion which dance for the death and the murders of others. As simple as that. You will not find any religion in the world, even Buddhas or Hindus, etc. You will not find them making parties and dancing in the street and celebrating death of thousands of people. No way. But this is a very normal thing to happen in Islamic countries. So it's very important for us not to fall into the same trap the Muslims they live in, which is a trap of hate and the trap of party, like, because we think you know, our action is not based on hate of the Muslims, or we are not fighting the Muslims, even though the Muslims are fighting us for real, physically and violently and in every way. But this is not our target, and this is not how we are and who we are. And for us as a Christian, we are the winners. It doesn't matter how the Satan and his kingdom work. Remember, for us, we have the Messiah on our side. And actually, if you look around you, you will see that the Muslims are the most desperate nation ever, unhappy. I never saw, by the way, a Muslim nation have happiness. There's no happiness. It doesn't matter where you go. This society, the worm is eating it from inside. You know, the Muslims is the same as a grave is covered by black, white marbles. You know, the white marbles look so beautiful, right? And but inside the grave, it's really it's a grave. The grave is a grave. The marble, you put it in the top, it's not going to make it a palace. It's a grave. And the Muslims, they are people who try to put marble in the top of their grave, and they try to convince themselves that this is a palace. The society where Muslims live, it's the most corrupt, disgusting society. This is why, number one, people in the world who do sexual harassment for women are Muslims. Is that because Islam make good of you or make you an animal? Why a man cannot walk in the street without harassing a woman? Is that because that your nation morality is so high, or because your nation morality is so down? I never saw a house in the Middle East don't have bars in the windows. Is that because everybody is a thief, or because the street is safe? I never saw a policeman in the Middle East is not corrupt. I never saw a president or a prince or a king is not filthy. I never saw a judge is a true judge. I never saw even a grocery store guy, he is honest. Yet they are number one people in the world who speak about dignity and honor, and supposedly the Western are the bad one. You know, same time, like, you know, right now you see in Twitter, they are posting a lot of things against this lady, and they are saying she's a bad woman. And some Muslims, they are posting her pictures when she was in the bikini, which looked like a supposedly to put her down. Suddenly, this woman, she have a bikini, but when she was a Muslim, now Muslim posts her bikini. You know what I mean? Like, this is the hypocrisy of Muslims. But if we ask ourselves about Muslims' dignity and about Muslim lifestyle, uh, we cannot compare really what this woman doing for what Muslims do in their daily life. If we go to YouTube, and we search for the Arabic word ma'laya, just type this word in YouTube, and you will not believe what you will see. Seriously, you will not believe what you will see. This is normal party in the Middle East. All right, that's enough. Now you will see them later. They jump in the top of each other. They start touching each other. Women, they are doing that in public, in front of people, and this is in the Middle East. And yet they speak about nightclub. They speak about how bad Western women, those women who they are wearing short skirt, those women who they are ugly, disgusting, etc. But in the fact, if you go and you know their country, their culture, and you know their countries, those people, they even bring boys to dance for them. They dress boys as girls, and they dance for them, and they start touching them, and after the party they force them into sex. And this is very normal things in Afghanistan, the most conservative Islamic country you can even imagine, even more than Saudi Arabia. Even the leaders of Taliban, they make party, they bring boys, and they have sex with them. And you can search it in the internet. I think they call the Bazarbashi, something like this. I forgot really the name, what they call it. But anyway, this is how it is, and yet you will see how much they are so much speaking about honor, about dignity, about etc. Look, like this guy is a boy. Look at this. This guy is a boy. This is not a man. This is a boy. You see this guy? This is a boy. The first one is a woman. The second one is a boy. Why a boy? Muslims are enjoying him dancing this way. Like what for? Not only women, even boys. You see this guy is a boy. You see him? The society is very perverted, and yet they talk too much about honor and about dignity, and you are the bad, we are the good, you are potato, you are no one, your nation is nothing. Look at your women, they are naked, like supposedly now they are wearing hijab. Look at those, they are wearing hijab. If I take you to even like to Egypt as an example, all right, you will not believe, those people who wanna like they wanna burn churches, they wanna attack churches. They go so angry if a Christian open a church. But look what they have in the party in the street. This is in the street, by the way. This is not even in a a nightclub. This is in the street. They make a square in the street, and they they put the chairs and they invite everybody, and this is a party, and nobody complain. And supposedly the Western woman is the one is naked, and the beauty queen is the one who is going in bikini, and look what they are wearing. And nobody of the mullahs, by the way, nobody of the mullahs says Allahu Akbar, let us do jihad. Nobody. Where is the mullahs? Where is the mujahideen? Where is Al Qaeda? Where is ISIS? Where is the Islamic conservative? Nobody complain. It's very normal. The woman, she is almost wearing nothing. Look at this. It's okay. There's no problem. It's halal. It's halal. But you go in the whole country, you will not find the pork. There's no pork. But this is halal. This is always halal. There's no problem with it. Anyway, so like if I want to show you, it's really endless. And I think the point is so clear that our experience is, especially we are people who grew up there, we know exactly what it is. Those people, they speak too much about dignity because simply they don't have it. When a Muslim man, he speak about Western women who go to nightclub, but you know, if you know really the Islamic society, it's extremely disgusting. Women sleeping with women, men sleeping with men, especially in Saudi Arabia, because you know the society is very much separated, and if they have a chance to have sex, they will not avoid it. So if they could not have a chance with the women, then what they would do it with who? The boy, he can invite his cousin to sleep with him in the bed. The girl, she can invite her cousin to sleep with her in the bed, but they cannot live like a normal life. So you end between a lot of lesbian, a lot of gays in the society, and this is why the Saudi society is full of gays. I remember once in Asia, I saw a Saudi guy, you know, and he have a lady boy with him. I said to myself, maybe he do not know that this is not a girl, you know. So I said, you know what, let me tell him. And I know that those people, they speak Arabic. I mean, those lady boys, those Asian, because most of the customers are Arab. So I did not speak to him in Arabic. I did not speak to him in English because I cannot. I know this lady boy will understand. So the lady boy went to the bathroom. We are in the coffee shop. So I said to him, by the way, the person is with you is not a girl. And he said to me, and he's so angry and disgusted. He said to me, "What's your business? What's your business?" And you know, guys, the lady boy is like 6 foot tall, really tall, a lot like not normal, you know, very big for a size of a girl, but it's a guy. Anyway, the Saudi guy is not even 5 foot. So imagine what will happen in the bedroom. He don't mind going with the guy, and he is 6 foot, and and the Saudi is 5 foot, and he like it, he love it. So what's your business? But yet the Saudi are the most conservative people ever, but they are #1 customers for sex tourism around the earth. When a Saudi he go to Thailand, to Philippines, to those countries, what he is seeking, what exactly his business? Women or boys, as simple as that. So we don't want to be like them. Somebody is asking about the muta. I have always wanted to know why muta is Shia and not Sunni. No, this is false. Muta is not Sunni, is not Shia. Muta is a verse in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 24. Have nothing to do with Sunni, have nothing to do with Shia. It's both. Muhammad himself, he did muta. All right, but the Sunni, they say after Muhammad he approved it, he forbid it. However, the Muslim Sunni, they have different kind of marriage, or the same as muta. They call it like zawaj al-misyar, which means for a travel. If you are going from let us say you live in New York, you want to go to LA, you want to stay there for 2 nights, you can reserve a hotel room with a girl. And Islam, this is marriage, all right, because you pay for it, and supposedly it's halal. So Muslims and Shia, they do the same. You know, enjoying women for sex is a part of the religion, and there's no problem with it. Just do it in the right way. You know, you make a contract of the Shia, they keep calling it with muta. The Muslim Sunni, they change the name. Like the Sunni, they have something that's called zawaj of friend, which means having sex with a friend, but yet they call it zawaj, which means marriage, which is very funny. So you meet a girl, you don't want to live together. You say to her, "I'm going to meet you every, let us say, Friday night in the hotel. We don't even have a house. We have sex there. All right, it's halal. It's halal. All right. You make a contract, and it's halal." So they, you know, they just change the names. It's the same thing, same business. Both of them, they are really, you know, they worship the same God. They, all of them, they dream about virgins and women without panties. So just keep that in your mind. Uh, so I hope people, they will listen carefully for what we are saying. Uh, this woman right now, she will face a lot of attacks, as I said, and she is already facing a lot of attacks. Especially yesterday, I saw in Twitter how many people they are attacking her for leaving Islam, and for sure they will trash her and they will make her, she is very ugly, very bad. However, for me, uh, if somebody convert to Islam, I might say the same the Muslim might say, but I have my reasons for real. You know, why in the world someone want to convert of a religion, praise, you know, sex and praise killing and praise etc. And you know, and you see the Muslims now. Look, if you look at the screen, if you look at the screen, they are posting pictures not even for her, trying to insult this woman. You know, because now she converted out of Islam, so they are posting pictures, you know, which is not even her. So very trashy you know, behavior Muslims they have when somebody leave Islam. But if you join Islam, they will worship you. Even if you were the biggest whore in the earth, you will become an amazing person, and there's no question about that. So I wanted to share this thought with you, and I hope you guys you did learn something good. And in the same time, my advice to the Muslims: don't talk about dignity. You don't have it. Your prophet himself is the most perverted man ever. He did not even have one thing in his life is not shameful. As an example, Muhammad, he kissed men. Muhammad, he slept with men. Muhammad, he said, my cousin here raped me. Muhammad, he sucked the tongues of boys. Muhammad was accused of storing underwear. Muhammad was accused of cheating his wives. Muhammad was accused of sleeping with women in the beds of his wives. Muhammad, you know, he made verses in the Quran allowing any woman to give herself even if she is married. Muhammad is a caravan thief. Muhammad, child molester. So I don't know what to say. Like, name one thing for me can be ugly and disgusting in this earth did not happen to Muhammad. Muhammad under black magic. Muhammad allowed him to cheat. Muhammad allowed him to lie. Muhammad saying you can lie in 3 cases: your wife, your friends, and your enemy, and your family and your friends. Who's left? And yet they speak about dignity. I don't know where the dignity will come to you when you are a follower of a man like Muhammad. The funny Muhammad, he cut the hand of a thief when he is the biggest thief. And this is, you know, it remind me of what happened today. Like, you see someone, if he steals something from the mall, they arrest him. He stayed in jail for a year or two. But when a big thief, he steal the money of a bank and he calls the country bankrupt, like what happened in America a few years ago, we don't see anyone going to jail. Like, did you see anyone going to jail? Seriously, do you see anyone going to jail? So there's a big thief. Nobody talk about them. The big thief are the one people praise, and this is the case of Muhammad. He is being the judge of cutting hands of those who they are thief for what? For stealing an egg or a piece of bread. People who they are hungry want to eat. But the big thief who is stealing women from their husbands, imagine, children from their families, your land, your country, everything, your gold, your silver, your jewelries, your wealth, your life. This is not a thief. But the one who stole an egg, we cut his hand. But the one who destroy nations and destroy families and destroy tribes and destroy villages and burn them or rape them, this is a good thief. This is how corrupt this earth is. And in the top of that, after 1,400 years, you see people who they are from the free world praising a thief like Muhammad. And this is what makes it more ugly. But this is very normal because this is the land of the devil. This is the land of the devil. And there's many devil worshippers. They will praise the evil one, the scary one. You see, they were not like you see in the American industry. You will not see even one movie without saying a curse to Jesus, but you will not see one movie cursing Muhammad, because the director, the actors will not do that. They know the Muslims will kill them. So if we want to say it in a right way, they don't respect us for being nice. They don't respect the Muslims, by the way, but they don't want to be killed. You see the hypocrisy? Have you ever seen one movie saying the F word to Muhammad in the movie? No way. No way. Why? Because Muslims are criminals. If we Christians start killing actors and directors and etc., then they will stop doing that. This is how filthy this world is. They respect the criminal, they respect a violent man, they respect the one who killed, the one whose hand is full of blood. They don't respect a nice person. You are nice, they spit at you. You are a criminal, they call you sir. Now, we are not going to be criminals, because for us, at the end of the day, our Lord, He will put His punishment in those people, and they will pay a very high price for every curse they do and they give. And anyone who, like you see some actors or movies, they are making fun on purpose, even in Jesus, or even TV show. They think they are funny, people laughing. Just wait. The day will come and your laugh will be very loud. Very loud. And let us see who is going to help you. Fox News or CNN or Barack Obama. That day is going to come. You like it or not. And you know the funny things about those people who don't respect the Lord, the day they get sick, they are the first one to pray. You know, when they are healthy and etc., they are atheists. They are rich, they are atheists. When they go to the hospital and they are dying, and they die like you know, in a very bad way, in the elevator for taking drugs, and at the bed for taking drugs or whatever. So they die in a very miserable way. And when they are sick, they remember that there's God. But it's not going to work. Will not work. You know, you cannot fool God. You love God, you remember Him always. You don't remember Him only when you need Him. With this, I want to say thank you. And if you guys have any request for me, please don't forget, you can send me your request to the address you see in the screen. And don't forget to read my books, Quran and Science and Depth, in case you are interested of increasing your knowledge about Islam. This is a very priceless book, full of knowledge, same as the Deception of Allah, which is both they complete each other. Now, if you are a French person and you speak of French, or if you have a person who speaks of French, we have our book here, which is called The Secret of the Arabian Prophet. So feel free to inform your friends about it and spread the knowledge. Now, if you want to contact me, this is the address. You can send me your contact or your request. Feel free. If you have a question, or let us say you have something to say for me, or you want to, let us say, somebody you want to debate me, or whatever. Let us say there's a scholar you want to debate me, you know, and you think you can organize such a thing with this person. Then you feel free, and you know, you can contact me here, and I will be happy to answer you. Or if you want to support us in a donation, we really appreciate that. With this, I say thank you very much. God bless you, and see you with the coming podcast. Hello, pass.
Who are we that you should love us so? Amazing grace, toward creation flows. What is it that you should sacrifice your only Son, that we might have new life? For this cause we worship and magnify your name. For this cause we sacrifice our praise. You are God, God our God. You're just in all your ways. For this cause we offer up our praise. And God, our God, how precious is your name, Almighty King. Forever you will reign. Blessed are we that our Redeemer lives. It's for our ashes, beauty that you give. For this cause we worship and magnify your name. For this cause we sacrifice our praise. You are God, God our God, yes, just in all your ways. For this cause we offer up our praise, and we will offer up our worship for this cause, for this cause, for this cause, we sacrifice our praise. You are God, God our God, yes, just in all your ways. For this cause we offer up our praise.